For most people, divorce is a major and overwhelming decision, and the process can be frightening. And here to help us clarify what happens during divorce proceedings are lawyers Cynthia Garnholz and Cynthia Albin, both of the Center for Family Law. Welcome, Cynthia and Cynthia.
Thank you so much.
So, divorce is it is overwhelming, and I think most people you only do it once, hopefully, right? If at all.
Hopefully.
And so it's a new experience for people. And Cynthia, when somebody decides that they want to start, possibly consider divorce, let's say, what should they bring to that first meeting with their attorney?
Well, I think it's important before that meeting that they really do their homework. Mm-hmm. They need to take a look at their financial picture. I usually recommend that people bring in a few years of tax returns to that meeting so that we can take a look at incomes while they're there and maybe other property issues that may be present on the tax returns as well. Bank statements, retirement statements. And I always think it's a good idea to make a list of your questions so that you have prepared before you've come in to see what the issues are for you and your spouse, and if you have children as well, so that you really can make good use of that time of that consultation and get those questions answered.
Okay, is there anything else that people should prepare in advance?
Well, I would say that first meeting with the lawyer there are really two goals. Mm-hmm. The first is to get to know the lawyer. Mm-hmm. And assess your comfort level with that lawyer, and probably you've done some research about the lawyer before coming in. But you may want to have some questions directed to the lawyer about his or her experience. Mm-hmm. Then secondly, of course, is gathering information from the lawyer. Mm-hmm. And that's where that list of questions that Ms. Albin referred to is so important. What are your most important questions? What are your priorities? What are your goals in your divorce? And bring in your questions that are most important to you in establishing those goals.
So do you find that most of your clients are prepared in this way, or do people come in kind of blind, not knowing where to start?
I think people are emotional, mm-hmm. very emotional at their first meeting, which is completely understandable. Usually we do try to tell them ahead of time what information they may want to consider mm-hmm. bringing in. But I think they're nervous, mm-hmm. and sometimes it takes a little while just to break through the emotion and to really talk about mm-hmm. what needs to happen and what will happen going forward.
Right. Cynthia, Albin, in terms of the length of time to get divorced, I mean, I don't know if people are prepared for, if they come in expecting it's going to be quick or it's going to take a while. What, in your experience, is kind of an average from that first meeting to the final of divorce? How long does it take?
Sure. First of all, any divorce has to take at least 30 days. The petition has to be on file with the court for 30 days. Mm-hmm. So that is 31 days is the shortest amount of time that your divorce is going to take.
Does it ever happen?
It does. It does. And, I have situations where people have done what I call their kitchen table divorce, mm-hmm. where they've sat around with their spouse and they figured out what they're going to do, or they've worked with the mediator before we've even filed mm-hmm. with the court, and we time it so that everything's on file, and on that 31st day, we can have a judge sign off on it.
So does that work? I'm speaking to attorneys, and I realize that. But the kitchen table divorce, is that common? Is it something that's effective? Or does it only work for certain couples, Cynthia?
Well, I would say that it is uncommon that it works, but it is certainly possible.
It seems very idealistic, I guess.
I think it is, but I think it's well worth trying if you and your soon-to-be ex-spouse are able to talk in a civil way about what's going to happen going forward. I think that it is possible. I think that leads into what are the process options for your divorce. Ms. Albin referred to mediation as one of the options. The Center for Family Law can help clients navigate the options, the process options that are available, including mediation, litigation, and collaborative practice.
Mm-hmm. And what is collaborative?
So collaborative practice is fairly new to the St. Louis area, I would say about the last 10 years. And it is sort of it is based on mediation in that there are a series of meetings between the parties. The lawyer is present at every meeting. So at every meeting, each party is represented, unlike in mediation where the lawyer is not present. So there is a series of meetings at which the issues to be resolved are identified, and the lawyers and the parties try to work their way through the issues and come to resolution. There's also a mental health professional present at each meeting, and financial neutrals are also available to help people resolve their financial issues.
Very good. So 3 different types of divorce. We're going to take a quick break and come back and talk more detail about what people can expect with the Center for Family Law. We'll be right back.